everybody, and welcome back to Enigmatica 6 Expert. And in today's episode, we automate Powah. We get ourselves that all automated. We automate the production of Godshards with like 8 furnaces. And we also finally get blaze cakes inputting into the blaze burners. So we can start auto crafting anything that needs to be superheated. So I hope you enjoy. Okay, so today we are going to be finally automating Powah, but there's a few things we kind of need to do just before we need to automate Powah. I want to upgrade the energizing rods on it, but to do that, we're going to need a ton of spirited crystals. Now, spirited crystals, of course, are made by using Osiris Godshards and uranium dust. So, to make ourselves a ton of Osiris Godshards, we're going to now set up auto crafting for all of the Godshards, or Godforged blocks into Godshards. Finally, it's about time we actually do this. And I'm hoping if we can, we're going to make ourselves automate 8 Godforges with XNet. I was looking through and see how I could possibly do this, and I saw a couple of people showing like them just putting them all down and then just accessing every side of the thing from one side. I couldn't figure out how to do it. Till I learned you need to use advanced connectors. Allows access to different sides. I didn't notice that. I didn't know that was a thing. So because of that, now we could just put down like all 8 of these guys like right here. I probably can add more if I wanted to. You know, I just kind of even it out a bit. I might move 2 more over here. Yeah, because I want to put another nitro reactor right here temporarily, because eventually we will, like I said, I think a couple episodes ago, I want to build myself, oh, there's a wolf up here. I want to build myself a nuclear power plant up here. I really don't know whether or not I should put mechanism reactors over here, because if that thing goes into critical, I don't want to destroy my base with radiation. And I think I was actually talking about it. It's been a while since I recorded. I think I was talking about putting it down here. Yeah, now it's starting to come back to me. I think I mentioned I was going to flatten out this island or something like that and put it all here. Or just find an area out here. Frozen ocean. Yeah, slap it on top of this wasteland here. Just build a big platform up above all of this. What's this? Ice? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. We'll figure it out eventually. But if I get myself a controller here and put the controller there, I can now use these advanced connectors and connect to every side of these guys. If I just use a regular connector here and open this now, you can see all of these are connected here because I was testing it out. So this controller has a bit of power and already has the network set up. Oh, no, it doesn't. Oh, I must have changed it or deleted it. But if we create ourselves an item network here and click create in a Godforge, you can see now we can change the directions. So we're going to have to set up a couple of them, about at least 4 or 5 item networks. So like item network number 1 here is going to be up. So this is going to access the top side of the Godforge block, and that's going to input in the items. So if I just create a network on every single one of these guys here, like so. Now, nothing's going to happen just yet because, of course, we need to be able to pump all of these guys in, pump in lava buckets, and extract out the shards and the lava buckets at the same time. That way, now, if we craft ourselves another network right here, so we'll just say item, this will say input the lava bucket. So we're going to say create an input again, but this time, we just set them all up. We need to look at what direction that is. That's west. Go back in here and now change these all to west. That way now, it will only be able to input items on the west side of the block. Make sure I selected them all. There we go. So now this set is set up here to input lava buckets. We can even whitelist it if we wanted to. Just put a lava bucket in there for each one. But it shouldn't matter. You can only put that item in that slot. So it won't matter. Then we can do this. Are we actually losing power? Nothing's even being moved around and we're losing power. Okay. We can do another item. And this time, let's extract out the items. This might actually be a quick episode if we get this done right now. This one is going to be extract, and this is going to be extract on the south side? No, down. This is going to extract out the items. So we just need to create north, south, east down. And make sure it's extract. Can I right click to change it? Yes. Okay, perfect. That makes it a little bit easier so we don't have to keep scrolling through them all. Boom. Now that is completely set up to extract out the actual god shards that are crafted or smelted. Last one then. Last one. Go back to item, create, extract. We need to extract out the buckets, and the buckets get extracted out on the east. So go in here, and I think it's, double click and you'll get east. So extract east. Just double check, they're all east. Yep. Okay, perfect. So this is pretty much completely set up to automate now. Now we just need to make sure we have the items are going to be put into this guy on the right channel. So you're going to run out of power now soon. So if I just grab a cable here, just to give it some power, we'll just run the power from here. So let's break this block here and just run that power down. I don't want that connected there. So I'm just going to just connect to every side except for down. Okay. That's going to be a bit glitchy, but there's nothing I can do about it. Unless I just slap an ender cell on the back of this guy. Which, you know what? I have a spare one. It's not doing anything. To hide the cable, we might as well throw it there. It's not going to cause any issues. And eventually, once we get into mechanism reactors, we'll finally be able to upgrade to Flux Network's power. Which should make things so much easier and better. So, ender cell, you go there. That should give this guy power. You have no power. Did I forget to break this guy and put it back down? I did. Yeah, I hate that. I wish that wasn't a thing, but maybe I have to put it on a cable, not directly on top of the thing, but there's nothing I can do about it. Hardly. I can't just throw this in here, right? I don't think that did anything. Okay, never mind. That won't do anything. Anyway, now we need to set up actual automation for crafting ourselves all of these guys now. In here, I have some patterns made of all like the god shards that aren't being used. For instance, like Horus Godshards, if we look up actual Godshards here. Horus Godshards, which is this guy here, you're not used for anything. You don't do anything. I mean, there is empty magic lamps which you can turn into miners, but we're not really going to be doing this. I don't see the point in doing it. If it allowed me to mine a certain resource, then by all means, I will set this up. But as you can see, it only does like 0.6% of an item, and it does a ton of items. Like the one thing I wish it really would have a good amount is Insenium. Insenium ore, okay, I don't know where it is, occultism. Insenium ore is the only thing we're really struggling on. I wish I could auto mine this stuff, but I can't. You could use ourselves an ore miner with a dimensional mine shaft, but it's a 0.2% chance to get it. And that's like really, really low compared to like every other resource that it gets in here. So like, it's not worth it. And I have 2 of them already. When did I get these? I did not know I got these. But anyway, yeah. Insenium, if I could ore mine it or void mine it, I would definitely set that up. But unfortunately, I can't. So I might just have to go on like a crazy mining spree in the nether and just mine up as much as I can and just try and ore triple it as best as I can. But yeah, it's kind of annoying. If you know of any good way of making Insenium or mining Insenium really easily or automate it, please let me know because that would be great. Anyway, to set up the Godforge blocks to be broken down into their artifact to be resmelted, we need to set this up in here. Because I need to make myself a bigger crafter to put all these in. Because, like I said, all of those things aren't being made or used. So they can just be recycled over and over again, and the ones that are being used will just get stored in the system and not be used. So, how are we going to do this? Well, I did try using a modular router with a breaking module. Didn't work for some reason. I couldn't get it to work no matter what setting I put it on, no matter what redstone setting I used. Didn't work. So, what we're going to use the modular router for instead is to place the block, because apparently there is a module of a placer block. So, place... There is this placer one here, but we're completely out of blank modules. So if I just go over now and make ourselves a few more blank modules, that'd be great. There we go, 2 of them. And the placer module requires a dispenser. So dispenser and placer module done. Right, perfect. Now, we need to set our patterns up now. So you know what, actually, let me make ourselves a quick few neural processors. I think I set up a 64 Wixie charms to be crafted. They actually crafted quite quickly. So 1 Wixie charm, and then I just need some raw neural advanced processors. Just need 3 of them, and that will make us 3 neural processors. So put that in there, the 3 of them. Let that run for just a moment, and it should craft it pretty quickly. Ah, there they are. There's the 3 of them, and just chuck them in this chest here to be turned into actual processors. So while that's processing, let's go down here and let's make ourselves a gold crafter. Because I think the gold one is the highest tier we can make at the moment. Because diamond ones require the ultimate control circuit, which requires atomic alloy, which is molten shadow steel, which we need to still set up. And it's also got plutonium, which, yeah, we aren't producing that yet, which requires nuclear waste, and we need to set up ourselves a fission reactor and with sodium cooling. So, yeah, we're going to have to run that soon. Anyway, so the highest one we can make is gold, because that requires elite control circuit, so auto-craft me one of them. And let's see now. We need ourselves a reinforced component here, so auto-craft me one of them. And I need a hardened component, so redstone flux cells, let's make a bunch of these. Utilize them now to make one of these. Perfect. Go back in here. We need a fluid cell. I don't know why we need a fluid cell for a hardened component, but sure. I'll make that, and now we can upgrade this guy into this guy. Done. Gold crafter just requires a regular crafter, which we can get after we break this guy here. I say this is the one I want to use. Oh, I can't use a magenta one? It actually has to be a new crafter. Okay, can I maybe use some cyan dye? Okay, there we go. Now we can put this back here. You can't dye these ones, which are kind of annoying, but put speed upgrades back in here. Grab nearly all of the patterns. These ones I can't because I, of course, haven't got room for them. And, of course, they need to be in a different crafter. So all of these go in there, and that's all set up now. Perfect. So this will craft us the Godforge blocks when we need it. Perfect. And with that many slots, we could probably get rid of all the other crafters and stick all of the patterns into that gold one. But whatever. Might do that later. So, how are we going to do this? Since the modular router doesn't work, we're going to use a deployer holding a hammer. So, deployer. So, deploy. And now we're going to set this guy up right here. We're going to rotate him now so that he faces down the way. Perfect. And now we need to run some rotational power to him. So we need a shaft. So shafts and some gearboxes. So a couple of gearboxes. You're going to get a vertical gearbox here. Break this down. And now we need to dig this way until we find the other shaft coming from our furnace engines. Break this gearbox. Now that's going to rotate the things the opposite way over here, but it doesn't seem to interfere with the belt here, so maybe everything's fine. Sure, if everything starts working or something happens, we'll know what happened. I'll just slap another gearbox on to fix the rotation. But so far, everything seems fine. So you're deploying now. If I look up Nebu, I made myself a new Nebu hammer, so we can stick this in the guy right here. I need to use the fist mode so you are punching instead of placing. Now, the modular router, we're going to put it right here. We're going to change this thing to never redstone. Yeah, always redstone. Okay. We're going to put the placer module in here. Oh, wait, we need to change the direction to say up the way. Put this in here. And it's pretty much ready. All we have to do now is just grab ourselves an exporter. Grab some cable. And a crafting upgrade. And stick that there. Run this up like this. So that it connects. Oh, we are out of cable now. Cable. Can I craft any? How much can I craft? 32. Okay, that's not bad. Anyway, so that's connected there now. And this guy now just needs to get the crafting upgrade and... Oops. A crafting upgrade and a Godforge block. So, craft one. Missing Memphis. Okay, you should use a different pattern, though. That's what I was afraid of. It isn't using the other patterns to craft. How can I craft these guys without using these ones? The only other way I can possibly think of doing it is just setting up a ton of RF tools crafters to craft each one individually. And that's going to be kind of annoying because that's going to be like, what, 5 crafters set up somewhere just crafting? I mean, we technically have the space in our basement to do it, so we could do it. Maybe. You can only sleep during the day. It is daytime. Is it turning nighttime now? Because of course it's raining when I'm recording. Okay, I can't sleep for some reason. Okay, so if we come back here then, we technically have a ton of space. We can do it across the back wall here. And we can do a couple of them at the same time. So why not? Okay, crafter. Tier 3 crafters. Okay, we might need to try and make one of these now. So crafting station, mechanical crafter, electron tube, 47 of them. Crafting station, just make a bunch of these guys now. Does it require the tier 1 one? It does. Okay, that's going to be so annoying to craft all these guys now. Smart chests, reinforced chests. 7 of them. I need a few more. Okay, I should have almost everything. I have some nitro made. Oh, well, there goes all the nitro. I thought a lot more than that. Nitro. Just grab out all the ingredients for this. Right, I guess while that's crafting, let's take a quick sidetrack and actually automate one more thing here in Create. I was reading the wiki, and it mentioned about the blaze cake. I was trying to figure out how was the best way to input the blaze cake into this guy. Now, there's 2 ways we can do it. One, we can just have the thing burning 24/7, meaning we just keep inputting blaze cakes whenever it needs it, because the blaze cake lasts for 55 seconds and cannot be inputted once the thing is already burning. That way we can't just infinitely use them all up. Every 55 seconds to a minute, it will input a new one. So do we want it burning 24/7, or should we make it so whenever we request like anything that requires the chromatic, or like for instance a chromatic compound that requires superheated, or the dielectric paste which requires superheated, do we send out a blaze cake with every craft? So if we requested 64, it'll send out 64, or actually no, it'll send out 1 because, or 2, depends on how much is being crafted at a time. Say if we wanted 64 stacks of it, then it might try and output 64 blaze cakes and input 1 at a time. Now, do we try and use a modular router to right click it in? Do we use a deployer to put them in? I think using a modular router on a timer might be the best option. Just set a timer for every 55 seconds to input a new one in. I'm hoping we have enough resources technically to last forever. I have a feeling we won't. Even like for the shepherd comb, we only have 14k honeycomb. Like if we look up blaze cake here, the blaze cake base, which is the most important part, because the rest, the other one's just lava and the blaze cake base. The blaze cake base is most important. The cinder flower is crushed netherrack in a crusher. We could set up auto crafting for that, easy enough. So it's not that bad. But the only issue is netherrack. We haven't got an automated system crafting it. There's 2 ways that we can do it. Well, the first way is we're getting as a byproduct from crushing down nether quartz. The other way of doing it is using a cobblestone generator on top of a nether brick block just to make infinite of it. The same way we've been doing it for cobblestone. So that way we can make infinite netherrack. So that ain't actually an issue. The other part that is sugar. We're making infinite sugar from our sugarcane farm. And we also get as a byproduct from centrifuging up honeycomb blocks. Just vanilla honeycomb blocks. And it looks like we can turn sugarcane here with a crumbling catalyst into tree sugar. Not worth it. And the last but not least, that is an egg. And we're getting eggs as a byproduct of... Actually, no byproduct. I mean, if we set up a generic bee, we could get a 10% chance to get one. But the Sintling goo balls, which I don't think are useful at all. I think they're just a substitute, the same thing as a regular slime ball. But the blaze cake, or the eggs, can be made using beeswax and shepherd honeycomb. So we should be okay, but we might just have to be careful on the amount we're using. So what we're going to do is set up infinite of it to be crafted. So if I just grab a cable here, well, I already have the cable on me, use an exporter with a crafting upgrade, grab myself a modular router with a activator module. I need to make another one of them. Okay, and the actual router itself now, we need an augment core, which is another blank pattern. Okay, we have to go over to them. other factory to get them crafted. Right, for this guy here, which is actually making the blaze cakes, this is like the one where it needs to be heated and not heated. So, like for instance, this guy here has sugar and cinder flour, but no eggs. Why is there no eggs? Did we not set up eggs to be crafted? We did. Why did it not craft the eggs? Oh, I see what happened. Okay, you just saw there, it tried to compress the eggs into egg blocks. Because this guy's not filtered anymore. So maybe we do actually have to set up a separate compressor here. I think that might be the next best option. Yeah, it seems like that is going to have to be the way it's done. But I guess for now, we can just do it now in a bit. Just remove that pattern quickly. Why aren't you crafting me the modular router? Oh yeah, you need to be heated. All right, so it looks like we will have to set up a different one now later on. But for now, it's whatever. Router, and we'll just put this down over here now. Oh god, this seems way too fast to try and get through. Jump, there we go. So put this here, and we're just going to tell this guy to look up and just make sure he is on. Don't sneak, right click, go. You go in there, and now you're going to get an exporter right here. You're going to get crafting upgrade, and if we look up blaze cakes here, okay, you're going to get the blaze cakes. Right, now if we look up timer, craft ourselves a quick timer here. We're going to say the timer is going to point up the way. We just dig down a bit more. And we're going to tell this thing to go every 55 seconds. So if 20 ticks is 1 second, 300 ticks is 5 seconds. How long is 55 ticks? Hang on. Okay, I'm actually going to go with a whole minute, just to give the thing a little bit of a chance to put the next one in. And a whole minute is 1,320 ticks. So this should be an entire minute before it ticks again. So that should give the thing plenty of time to have a chance to put whatever it's burning in. Okay, so cable, just run this down now. Perfect, and concrete there, and I'll cover it later. So that should be set up now to input in the burner. As you can see, it's running right now. Actually, I think there might be, I need to set up one more thing on the router here. Always low, high. So that way it'll only run when it needs it. And when it gets the tick of the redstone pulse. Okay, perfect. So that's all it needed. So you're going to run indefinitely, which will allow the chromatic compound and the dielectric case to be casing to be crafted. Casing. Paste. Why not using casing? So chromatic compound, craft me 64. We have everything. Go. I'll input the items in bit by bit. It'll take a second to fill it with everything. As you can see, it's not burning. Now give it roughly a minute and it will pulse it again. So everything's in there. I want to make sure everything runs correctly. So let me just jump over here. The timer has 1,000 ticks left on it. So we'll just have to wait and see does it work. Because the redstone timer might be set up wrong. But we'll give it a second. Let's finish automating this because by now I say that nitro crystals have been crafted. And this is the last part we kind of need to work on. Just need to keep an eye on you. So what do we want to do? We need to set up the Godforge block. So Godforge. Oh wait, that's what we were doing. We were setting up the crafter to turn the Godforge blocks and all that. So this crafter thing here doesn't break. Right. Okay. Never mind then. I just want to see does this guy actually run. Okay, this thing should be gone off by now. Really? Still 1,000 seconds? Okay, I'm just going to ignore it. If the stack doesn't appear soon, well then I'm going to chalk it up to something's gone wrong. But for now, okay, I lost the concrete. But for now, we're just going to leave it. So the Godforge blocks, we're still trying to work on them. Right, let's go back over here now and set up the crafters. We should have the nitro now to make the crafter. So nitro crystals done, crafter done. We only need one tier 3 for now. So we can remove this worm farm and put this guy down right here. We can put the worm farm back down here for now. And we need to run cable over. So there should be cable in the ground right here. That's good. Okay, so we need an exporter. So export. I might actually upgrade this thing to an advanced exporter. There we go. And an importer. Okay. And I want to put the exporter here and the importer right here. All right, perfect. So, Godforge, let's have a look here. Godforge block requires Dusty Mumby, Nebu, and whatever Godshard we're going to use. So we need to get ourselves Dusty Mumby comb, so that, plus Nebu, we have 64k of it, and the Godshards we're not going to be using. So if we have a look in here in our crafter, I'm going to take out these patterns here because that doesn't seem to be working. Come back over here, and now let's organize these here in our inventory. There we go. And now let's take out the Godshards that are related to these guys. So Anput, that's Atom. Anput is there. Nymphis is this guy. I'm probably butchering that name. Oh, we're all out of Nymphis, I think. Yeah, okay, we'll have to wait till we get some more. Next up then is Atom. We don't need really Atom anymore. Horus is this one. There it is. Next up then is Nuit. Nuit is this one. Actually, Nuit ones are used for making the shadow gems, but we don't need that many shadow gems. So when it comes to it, we can just stop the export of them and let them build up for a bit. So I can use them for a bit. And last but not least, it's the shoe Godshards. So we need to set up all of these in here. So they're going to export, but we're going to export them after we've set them all up in here. So just make sure all these ingredients go in here. Dusty Mumby comb, and we'll probably put in 2 stacks of that, and the Nebu will put in 2 stacks of that as well. And we're just going to get ourselves some cobblestone, just to fill in the extra slots here that don't need to be used. Remember, okay, recipe number 1. 4 Nebu, Dusty Mumby, and a shoe Godshard. Apply. Number 2. Similar again. Okay, you need to turn off. Wait, you have to use the... Oh, okay, does it not have to be... Can I just have one recipe the whole time? Oh, okay, that might be a lot easier then. I don't have to set up multiple recipes for each one. The only issue is it did use up the Godshards now. But only used up the Nuit ones. So that's fine. Put these items in, that in, and they should start inputting in all of them very, very slowly. So I need a stack upgrade, so make one of them. Don't have any speed upgrades. Okay, so speed. I'm going to have to go craft some of them now. Right, speed upgrades made. Just got rid of the rain. And come back here now again. And in this guy now, just grab out our stack upgrade. I just crafted one. And you get a stack and speed. So that should be fill them up. And all of the Godshards now. Put everything we have away now. We don't need it all. That should input them in. That makes all the Godforge blocks. I might just make myself one more stack upgrade just to make it a little bit easier to take them all out. Don't need speed upgrades on it. And boom. Now the Godforge blocks are ready to go. That is a lot easier than trying to set up an autocraft for it, because that means I can just input whatever one I want and it'll autocraft. It doesn't have to be specific items. I hate when I come in here. I jump the second I come in the door and it always sends me up the elevator. Maybe I should move the elevator into a different corner. Then again, it's perfect where it is. Anyway, so Godforge, 33 of them. We're going to put one in here to place, and this is going to break it now. We just need to put this in here, and it's going to be auto-crafting them constantly, so I don't need to add a crafting upgrade into the crafter into the exporter anymore. Now, I just noticed this thing didn't drop the item. It appears the deployer contains excess items that need to be extracted. Use a hopper, funnel, or other means to free it from its overflow. Ah, okay. So it means now the item that was meant to be dropped got picked up by the deployer, and now we need to extract it out. So at pretty pipes, because I don't want it to extract out the hammer if I was used a logistical transport pipe. So let's do that and grab ourselves some pipe. Do I have the pipe in here? No. Where did my pipe go? Did I get used up? Must have. Okay, we'll just make a little bit more. It's not that bad. Now we need a place to put it. So that's going to be an ender chest, and I'm trying to think what color we should go with. Let's have a look at dye here. White is boring. Cyan, purple? Purple being used for anything? Actually, no, purple isn't being used for anything anymore, because it used to be all of the crushed stuff that this guy used to be given, and that was going over to the redstone furnace, but that's no longer set up. So this thing actually can just be used like this now. Okay, perfect. So ender chest will go here, because of course it has to be a 1 block gap to be allowed this thing to extract. So this is going to be allowed, or no, disallow. That's pulling them out, and oh, it pulled out the hammer. But if we grab the hammer now and go in here and say disallow the extraction of the hammer, it shouldn't do that now. Meaning this guy now will just pull out the item and keep the hammer in the hand, which would then just keep breaking. Perfect. Now this guy's filling up with the shards. Now it's time to go route the rest of it. So this is where this lava generation is going to come in. So I just have a magma crucible down with some cobblestone, and that's just crafting us lava, going into a tank, going into an ender tank, which is going over to our create factory powering this spout, making the blaze cakes. And I have a fluid encapsulator here, which I'm going to have a crafter and a bucket. I need to set up the bucket crafting pattern in here to make us lava buckets. Now, I think all the buckets may have went into the system. Yeah, don't know why they went into the system. I guess they must have got put in before I changed this thing to orange. So, yeah, whatever. That should be fine now. So, over here, how are we going to set this guy up now? I guess we can put one ender chest right here. Another ender chest of orange, which is going to be the lava buckets. And one more ender chest, which I'm going to put in the end over here, is going to be item input. Now I just need my connectors. Did I steal my bag here? No. Connector, advanced ones? No, I don't need advanced this time. So regular connector, and I need to make sure I name these ones. So this is going to be system input. Okay. Over here now, and this one here and here. This is going to be items. And this one here is going to be lava. Okay, good. So, over here now, let's start setting this up. Now you can see these guys are connected here. So the first network here was going to be inputting in the items. And if we go to items, extract. This should start extracting out all of the items that are in here, putting them into each one of these God Forges. I just need to move all of these across now into this ender chest, which is, this thing's going to fill up really quickly. So, I might get to it at some stage. Next up then is the lava. So system input, and we'll look in here. So lava, you're going to extract, and it's going to put a lava bucket in every single one of these guys. Perfect. Oh my god, look at all the colors. It looks beautiful. Next up then is this guy here is extract, and this is on the down position. So this is going to be the item extract. So you're going to insert, and you're also going to insert into this one, which is system input, meaning the buckets, when they get taken, they will be put into this ender chest. And the lava buckets are slowly being extracted and put in here as well. Hang on, that shouldn't be happening. Right, I might need to say system input. Blacklist lava buckets. Oh, because, yeah, okay. I need to blacklist the lava buckets on this guy exporting here because he's on the east and this guy here is whatever. I need to blacklist the lava buckets to be taken out. And if I fill this guy back up with the lava buckets now, he should be going back into these guys here, but there shouldn't be any lava buckets going in here, only the empty buckets. Oh my god, look at all the colors. This looks beautiful. Right, so if we look up Godshard now, we should be getting tons of these ones now to be used up, especially the Osiris ones now. Now it's time to autocraft this guy. Right. We have two options. We could autocraft it here by slapping a crafter onto it, or we can do it in our basement. I think in the basement might make this place a little bit cleaner. So that means we can remove all of the redstone that's hooked up in here. Didn't break anything else. No, I didn't. That's good. So we can break this all now. And also by having it here, we can actually raise it up one extra block. And let me just grab out some building blocks here. If I break this, have it one block out, up, means I can put it here. And that means I can run another set of the energizing rods underneath it. And have this thing pretty much encased in energizing rods. So it'll make it easier. The only thing I need to do now is at entangled, grab out some entangled blocks, shift right click this guy. So block selected, go over to our basement and set them up right here. So you go there, crafter. Let's get myself a new crafter. We'll eventually upgrade everything. Just need to, actually I have that auto crafted. Just craft me one of them. Give it a couple of seconds. Done. Crafter, stick this right here. That's connected. And all I need to do now is grab myself an importer. and stick it on underneath. Now, the thing is, this thing will not work the same way as this guy, where it won't extract out until the item has been crafted. So I need to actually whitelist the items that I want this thing to be crafting. So that's going to be a little bit different. But anyway, let's craft ourselves some patterns here. So, energizing orb. We need to set up niotic shards. So, let's craft these. And let me actually get rid of all this stuff first out of my inventory. You know, I might as well just go to Powah and then just do it this way. So, you craft that. Blazing crystals, you're crafted like this. We already have them ones. The spirited ones are crafted like this. And the nitro ones are crafted like this. Okay, the other thing we're going to need to do is get ourselves a comparator. Okay, comparator, some redstone timer. Actually, you know what? We'll just go with the redstone link. You know what? Actually, a pattern of that shouldn't be too bad. Craft me 64 of them. Okay, I don't have enough of them. Craft me 10 for now. The 2 redstone links and a comparator. If I come back here, okay, I can probably hide the redstone link up here. So redstone link go on top of you, set to receive. I need this guy to set up to redstone pulse input to the next one. I need a comparator set up right here. And then I think it requires, yeah, redstone signal. It'll insta put one in. So what are we going to use? Dielectric paste, because it is Powah. So frequency 1 and frequency 1. Alright, perfect. Let's test this out now. Let's craft ourselves these ingredients. So energized steel. So energized steel. Craft me 64 of them. Should input the items in, only them, craft, and then extract them out. Is this thing crafting faster than this thing can extract? Or what if I was to... This thing might actually be extracting faster than it can craft. Okay, this is broken here. I'm just going to cancel that for now. You're broken as well. Cancel you. And doesn't look like this guy's actually crafted at all. I'm going to cancel you as well. Is this actually working? I think it is. So is it actually only extracting out the item that's crafted? Maybe it is. I'll have to keep an eye on it. Whenever I go to like craft something that's more complex, requires longer time. For instance, nitro. Let's try a nitro crystal. Let me just craft one set of them. We're just going to wait for this to finish. It's inputted them in. And no, it's not extracting. Oh, okay. That's actually really good then. So that means it doesn't extract unless the item is crafted. Oh, that's perfect. Okay, good. We don't have to worry about it then. And that's pretty much all hidden away, except for back there. But you're never going to really see that. Perfect. So that's pretty much everything automated now. We got ourselves automated blaze cakes, which still haven't activated, which is odd. Let me just go check that. Yeah, you didn't activate at all. So I must have the redstone set up down here wrong. It must be unpulsed then. That must be it. We're about to find out now. It's actually almost at 0. Okay, yeah. It has to be redstone pulse. My bad. Okay, so that's working now. So that's crafting a chromatic compound, and it'll do dielectric paste, and it'll pump it a blaze cake in every 55 seconds, and you're no longer running because we're not making enough godshards fast enough. Just double check the actual crafter down here, make sure it still is running correctly. Yeah, I guess it's just going to take a long time before we start getting a huge backup of them and start producing everything we're going to need. Like, what's going on in here? Are we actually completely out? Oh, it's just because we're not outputting the lava buckets. Why is that? There's 40 buckets in here. Export. Oh, my bad. I forgot to add an input on the top. That's why it wasn't producing any buckets. Now it's going to start going. And this guy here is still crafting it, as you can see. Unfortunately, we didn't have enough time to actually craft the energizing rods, but we'll probably do that at the start of next episode. I'll start working on making all the ingredients and getting everything together, and then we can just slap down the energizing rods at the start of next episode. So I'm going to end it there. Hope you all enjoyed, and if you did, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new. Hope to see you on the next episode. So without further ado, goodbye.